Hey everybody, it's Kari with Reseller Revenue, and today is our What Sold Day. Before I jump right into that, I just wanted to give a quick, I get tons of messages every week about the group and about coaching, so I just want to throw that out there quick. The group meets Monday through Thursday, and we meet at 9 a.m. Central Time. We talk about business, we talk about reselling, we talk about all different kinds of niches. We have a lot of clothing and jewelry sellers, primary jewelry sellers, but we do have other people in other niches, and we would be happy to have new members. We're kind of having a surge in new people, so I'm trying to go backwards. We're going to pick up some basics again and make sure nobody's left behind. So it's a great time to join because you'll be joining with a bunch of other newer people. So it's just a great time of growth for us. So that's awesome. And then I do offer one-on-one coaching, and it is $75 an hour via Zoom if you are not a member, and it's $50 an hour via Zoom if you are a member. But my wait list is out through August right now. So if you would like to just send me an email with your store name and have a story view that way with suggestions, pricing, like what I think you could change to do better business, then I will do that for $40 and just shoot me an email. My information is always in the link tree. So sorry, had to get that out. It helps stave off questions if I do that right away. And also the fact that it's summer in Iowa and it's humid, and I washed my hair this morning, and now it's just going to keep like growing on camera. You'll be able to see it just poofing like crazy. So what sold this week? I hope for you guys, lots of things sold. I think May was a slow month for many people. We pushed through it. We keep going. The summer months are always a little bit slower. I feel like people just aren't sitting in the house on the phone shopping as much, and probably have family things and vacations and all those good things. However, we can still make great sales in the summer. So now's a good time to go back and weed out your old inventory. Is your store being anchored down by old inventory that's never going to move? If you have things in your store over 6 months old and you're not getting any action on them, maybe they don't belong there. Maybe they need reworked. Maybe they need rephotoed. Maybe they need chucked in the garbage can. Whatever it is, I feel like we can just get that big anchor on our store of old things just sitting there. It's no different than if you went into your favorite department store and they had the same things on the rack right when you walked in for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. You'd start to go like, I don't want to come here anymore because they don't always have the same old stuff. Well, I think eBay feels that way about our stores too. I removed 800 listings a while back and my store was fine. I never even noticed a difference. In fact, it was a little better, I think, afterwards. So, and if you have a really large store, you want them to be going through things that will sell and have the potential to sell. Whereas if we are just listing, have all those old things sitting there, it's like, are they actually ever going to sell? Does anybody want them? Or we have them way overpriced. That happens a lot too. So if you're running those 30% off sales and you're not getting any action, it's probably because your items are just way off market or they're no good. So people that have issues with those 30, 35% off sales, they don't see that instant reaction to that. It's probably because they're way overpriced or the good stuff's already gone. Our good stuff goes fast, hopefully, if they're titled correctly and done correctly. And so then there's just nothing left for the sale to catch. So all those things are things we need to think about. Let's check it out to see what happened with me this week on eBay. I should start including Poshmark because the other day I realized that my 90-day total on Poshmark is like $20,000. So when I started this, I kind of thought that Poshmark would just be a little, I don't know, side gig for a little extra money. But I've done over $20,000 last 90 days on Poshmark. So I feel like maybe I should start giving it a little bit more time and attention, or just include it in my numbers at least, because all the things that are selling on Poshmark are things that now can't sell on eBay. So it is going to take away, to some extent, it could take away from eBay, just keeping that in mind. So here's the week. I almost made, my goal every week is to do $10,000 a week on eBay. I was close. So I was pretty consistent with the week before, and I'm just going to take it and be happy with it because really, what other choice do we have anyway? But there it is there. My net sales were $5,088. Happy about that. Everything was good this week. My ASP is going to continue to drop because I'm shoving lives out, but I'm still right at this moment happy with how I'm doing on lives. If the time comes where it doesn't make sense for me to do lives anymore, if I'm not getting the bids, if I'm not able to keep that momentum going, then we just won't do lives anymore. So you guys all know that about me, business focused. Right now I'm using it because I get so much that it's not even that it's really bad stuff. I just don't have time to list all of it. So we'll keep an eye on that. I keep a good eye on my numbers. I want to make sure I'm earning money, not just churning it. So let's jump right into some things. I did not have a ton of really high-end sales, but I want to share some things that just continuously sell well for me. This is a vintage lariat necklace. It's not signed, but it had this cool little thing in the middle. I'm not sure what we call it besides a cool little thing, but it went for $29.99 when it was 25% off. I am completely happy with that. Sometimes these $29, $30 items, if you can get them over and over again for like $1 or $2, they are worth listing because they will continuously sell. And I find that with these lariat necklaces. This is a heraldic pendant. I really love the colors in this. I really love the shape of it. It had some wear. I think it was missing a couple pearls maybe. There's a reason why it's, oh, there it is. So there was missing some pearls, as pointed out with the Tejas Trader Larry. Cool little pointer. I love the red pointer. I think it's great for pictures. I think it makes it stand out when you have an error, or like if something's broken or something's missing something, it really just points it out. My red one's my favorite, but he does have different colors. And there's the back. So I really enjoyed this one. It was $50. I pick up heraldic stuff all the time. You guys know that. This is a Hollycraft brooch. Look how small it is. It's not even an inch long, but it's Hollycraft, and it was 1953. So it's got some age on it, and it was in really actually pretty good condition. It sold for $62.99. And it was only listed a month, so not too bad. Here's a vintage glass beaded necklace, and it's a lariat, and it's super long. It was 67 inches. It was only listed for a few weeks. It sold for $50. It's knotted in between. Again, it's one that goes around the neck. It doesn't have a clasp. I really liked these. These are vintage sterling silver koi fish. They are pierced. They're on the board there. They didn't have any other markings on them, but fish are hot, people. Fish are hot. So get those listed if you have them. Because what's hot today might be hot tomorrow or next week or the next month or next year, but it may not be. So we got to strike while the iron's hot and get those things up. So this is an Arthur Pepper, also signed as Art. So what I do, I put Art in the title because I think a lot of us know what that means. And then I put Arthur Pepper for the brand. So then I kind of catch both words used for that maker. This was a Maltese cross brooch. I titled it Vintage Maltese Cross Brooch, not Vintage Art Brooch, because I feel like there's more people. The Maltese crosses are going pretty well right now. So I wanted the Maltese cross people to see it before maybe just the Arthur Pepper collectors. And it worked good because it sold the same day. It sold for $67.99. Here's little rhinestone clip-on Jungle Cat earrings. These were also just listed May 30th. So they sold super fast for $60. I thought that was fantastic. I do not believe they were signed. They were not, but they were very good quality. So these were not like some cheap knockoff. These were good quality older earrings. What's funny is I had this one in my live that morning, I think, for $5, and then I didn't get a bid on it. And then I'm like, well, I'll just go and list them, and I listed them. They sold the same day for $60. So I'm just throwing that out there to say I do put things in my live that you absolutely can make money on. You could source just from my live and still make money. So I start everything at $5. So there's a cool Monet religious charm brooch. It ain't a brooch, it's a bracelet. Charm bracelet, there it is. The bracelet is signed Monet both on the clasp and the tag. $67.49. So I put, this is a vintage beaded amber necklace. I glowed it. I hate glowing things, but with amber, I absolutely will glow it because I don't know. I put in the description, some of them glowed, some of them didn't. I have no idea why, but some of them just glowed bright white and some did not. So I made sure they knew that. Here's a Pandora charm bracelet. It's a happy birthday. It's just got one little charm on it. I do not clean sterling silver of any kind. I do not clean silver in general. I do believe Pandora stuff is all sterling. But there's the little birthday charm. You can see the little mark there. And then when you open it up, it said ALE inside, which is for Pandora. Here's a vintage rhinestone sash pin. This one is super nice. I listed this on May 7th. It was really beautiful. And it sold, the back was beautiful too. It was just really well made. Sold for $129.99 within a week. Here's a Givenchy necklace. It's a teardrop. It had some wear. I noted that it had some vintage wear. I did not want anybody to get this and be surprised, but the name carried it forward and it sold for $97.49. Here's some gold-filled wired frame glasses. I still sell these every time I get them. This one sat there for about a month. I had it a little overpriced, and I know it. And these were in pretty good shape, though. And they sold for $116.99. So if you can find the gold-filled frames that are in decent shape, they do still get over $100 every time for me. Here's an Eisenberg rhinestone brooch. So let's look at this. I think it had the, yeah, so there's the Eisenberg marking here. If it was an Eisenberg original, I would note that in the title. So I would have put vintage Eisenberg original rhinestone brooch silver tone. If it was Eisenberg ice, I also would put that in the title because they are different lines, different times, sometimes different quality. So like an Eisenberg original, they usually do really well. So you want to make sure that you notate that and that you know that there's a difference. So this is $142.49. This one listed in, for the first time in February, it listed. So it had been there a little bit, but I think I was a little over on that too. So this one was a monogrammed locket, and it is gold filled, and it started June 1st. So it sold right away. Happy to let that one go. Here's another gold filled bangle, and it said Margie on it. There it is on the little slide. And I underpriced this because I didn't realize it was a slider. So somebody got a really great deal and I just noticed it. Good for you for having a good eye. $116.19. I paid $5 for the bracelet, so I'm not crying. But I should have noticed that. I saw that, I think, in my picture when I went back, and I didn't notice that. So this would have probably bumped up the price another, well, I had it at $169, so maybe not too much more. Maybe I did notice it. I just took an offer is all. That's fine. I'm just making notation to you guys that right here, the slider seems to indicate more value. I'm still listing junk lots, guys. Still listing junk lots. So I try to take pictures of each layer and then the number on the box. And this one sold for $150. I think people get good stuff in my junk boxes. I do try to include lots of wearable stuff. It's just stuff that maybe I don't have time to list. Here was my best sale of the week, and it was an Archimede Seguso necklace. And these are glass faux tortoise shell links. There is AS, which is Archimede Seguso. I took an offer and it was lower than this. I think it was for $269 is what the offer was. And I was happy to have it. It came in a big bulk lot. So I probably had $1 or $2 into it. So I was happy to take it. I hope they love it. And those were my main sales for the week. Let me know, what was your best sale of the week? Put it in the comments. Like I said, I do read all the comments. I don't always have time to stay up on the comment replying, which I realize I need to work on. I'm trying to work on it. I also have trouble with my one thumb. I don't know if I've ever whined about that, but it doesn't love to type anymore. So I try to voice text and then I sound like I'm asleep. So not great at replying. I'm trying to get better. Please keep leaving the comments because I love reading them. Sometimes I'll be having like a really cruddy day, and then I'll catch a comment, or Ralph will my VA will send me a comment, say, somebody left a really nice comment for you on YouTube. And he makes sure I see it because he knows that it's just like, okay, let's go. We're going to do good some more. We're going to get through this. We're going to keep going because the support is amazing. I am doing my eBay lives still. I'm still trying to do them on Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Central, and then Thursday and Sunday at 6 p.m. Central. So if you can, go into the eBay live and try to find me under jewelry. Little picture of my cute little Frenchie. Chanel is on there. I think she's sporting her summer wear on this thumbnail, but I tried to change it and always include her because Reseller Revenue Chanel is our mascot. So please leave me my comment in the comments. What is there like a certain deep dive you want to see? I do try to write them down. And I think the deep dive this week is on hand jewelry, because hands in jewelry is very popular and has a lot of great pieces in it that you may overlook otherwise. So please join my channel by hitting the subscribe button. Please go to Patreon or Reseller Revenue and see if that's something that interests you. And just let me know what you're thinking because I love to hear from you. Have a great day. Have a great week. Push through it. I know it's nice out. You want to be outside. Just get your stuff done early and then enjoy your day.